Well, hi, I'm Sam from Oregon Fishing. We went trout fishing what will be last week to you, and caught a fair load of pretty good sized rainbow trout. They're all stockers and they're pretty plump, and they're gonna be great for what we've decided to do with them, which I think is to fillet and smoke them. So we'll walk you through filleting them today, and we'll toss them in the brine, and then we'll throw another video up in 3 weeks, so showing you the smoking process and how that works. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like it, hit the like button. If you really like it, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time. So to fillet trout, I already got the practice fillet out of the way, as you can see, to refresh my memory, because we don't catch a lot of fish here at Oregon Fishing, clearly. At least not fish that you're allowed to keep anyway.
Hey, at least we're honest about it.
You know, I think that was like a clickbaity title that got the most hits I've ever seen as far as impressions to conversions.
Yeah.
Alright, more clickbait incoming. So, your first step with this is to make a cut into the spine directly behind the gill plate and follow that gill plate down and around the pec fin, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the pectoral fin, yes. And then once you do that, find the spine with your knife and then turn your knife sideways, and keeping downward pressure on the knife, follow it down the spine. All the way down until it slips out the tail like that. What you should wind up with is a nice fillet like that. And then we flip it over to the other side. And seeing as I can't coordinate myself with my left hand to save my life, and I will slice my fingers off, I flip the fish around and then repeat the same process over here. And this side is always the awkward side to me. So down around that pec fin. And I go all the way through here. Don't have to. You can cut their heads off and gut them before this, but I don't usually bother. So once you get that, again, into the backbone, you start hearing it click through those ribs. Try not to get into the guts like I just did. And fillet number 2. And some grass. And then we go and debone the fillets again, like we just did. I think I'm going to use that knife for the filleting portion and this knife for the deboning portion. So you slice down one of those bones again, and get as close as you can to them, and waste as little meat as possible. And I'm going to get roasted for this because I'm not doing a very good job of that. And again, this little belly section here, supposedly pretty good eating, but it's also where the highest concentrations of, well, the fat is where the highest concentrations of the waste and the toxins are. So I usually just cut it off and throw it away. Again, feel free to roast me for wasting meat. I need one of those non-slick mats.
I was actually thinking about that, like sheet of sandpaper, grit side up.
That would work pretty well, but
onto a board.
I don't know that it would be very reusable. They have those little rubber finger mats that I hear work pretty well.
Oh, that's a good idea. Just replace the cutting board in this operation with that.
Yeah. There's fillet number 2. So since you weren't involved in this fishing trip, does that mean that what I'm about to do is fillet your fish? Thanks for that, Dad. Hack into the side of it there. Switch knives to the sharp one.
Flip the fish. Start from previous hack marks. Come on, get a grip. There we go. And I missed a little bit on the tail there. But fillets. Now, was it cut away from the fingers or cut towards the fingers?
Through them, actually.
Oh. You're only going to do that 4 or 5 times.
Per hand.
No, I figure once you got the first hand done with, you don't have any fingers
I
to
can
cut
duct tape
while
the knife
holding
to
a
the
knife.
I can duct tape a knife to my stump.
Fair. Once again, I underestimated you.
Does that never anger a patient man? He will find a way.
One fillet. Oh yeah, it definitely was towards the fingers.
I feel like the student has surpassed the teacher in this moment.
Just on one side.
Like, you were slower than me, but I think
Well.
you did a better job.
Yeah. Okay. So, fish have a bone behind their gills that is not fun to cut through. So you want to get just behind that, cut down to the spine in a slightly forward angle. Make sure your cut extends down towards the belly all the way. Come on, there we go. And then pick the end of the fish that you can actually grab. Down to the spine, rotate the knife, and just kind of slowly work your way through those ribs. While keeping constant downward pressure on the knife. It's half a fish. Flip them over. Find the edge of that. There we go. And repeat. There's the other half. Now you got these 2 fillets, but they are covered in rib bones on the inside here, as well as other gunk. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the edge of those rib bones right in here somewhere. And then we're going to cut underneath the edge of them. Just barely. What we're going to try and do is you're going to try and just barely cut underneath the ribs without cutting through the ribs. So you want to kind of have the knife running against the underside of them, but not too hard, where you still have bones in your fish meat. Nice slow peeling slices. What was that you were saying about the belly of the fish, Sam?
The belly fat of fish is where the highest concentration of many waterborne toxins congregate, if that's the correct word. So like
Accumulate?
Accumulate, that's a better word for it. Like your mercury content, a lot of the fields and streams around here from, mining operations from 100 years ago.
Yeah.
There's commonly caused mercury contamination to go through the roof. So there's also like tuna from the coast. You tend to, as good as the tuna belly is, the fattier portions,
small
doses. Chuck it. You want to take in small doses because of the mercury content in the fat. So I generally, with the amount of fish that we eat when we're really fishing a lot,
catching a lot.
Yeah. Seems like the year we decided to start a YouTube channel is the worst year for fishing.
Yeah.
But I generally just discard the belly of most fish that I do just because of why worry about it.
Yeah, you're probably eating more fish than recommended in Oregon anyway.
And I mean, this is in no way medical advice. If I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me.
Yeah, it's tasty. I'd love to learn otherwise.
There's also those.
All those pin bones in the bottom?
Pin bones, yeah. On bigger fish, and maybe on a couple of these trouts, we might have to worry about it, but there's also pin bones that go down this section.
Yeah, you can actually feel them in this one.
Usually with trout, they cook out.
I think they'll cook out if we smoke them for long enough. Well, thus ends my time at the fillet table.
What were you saying, Charles?
I said there's no ulterior motives here. I have somewhere to go, but I also don't want to fillet that.
Well, that's the last of the fillets to be done today. We have a nice tray of wonderful trout fillets here, and next week we'll show you how we're going to brine them and smoke them. Thanks for watching.